Hello, wonderful people of YouTube land. Lumpy Ice Cream here. We're going to be having another edition of Lumpy Talks Toys on a action figure I picked up. That's not correct grammar, but I don't care. On an action figure I picked up yesterday for my birthday. The DC Icons Green Lantern. I am a massive Hal Jordan fan and a massive fan of DC Collectibles. So when I heard that DC Collectibles were making 6-inch action figures, I didn't get like everyone else, and everyone instantly thought of, oh, now I can put my Marvel Legends versus my DC figures. I didn't think that for 1 second, because I would never display them like that. They're two completely separate things. I just wouldn't. So I'm not let down by the scale not being quite on with Marvel Legends. These are just a bit shorter and don't really fit in with that style of action figures. I don't have a Marvel Legends figure to hand, sorry about that. But yeah, before we take a look at the figure, we're going to take a look at the packaging. Now, Green Lantern here is actually a deluxe because of all the accessories that come with him. So, as you can see here, you've got the icons. If you look there, the Green Lantern symbol in there. Now, all of those are different on each of the icon figures. There's a different logo in there. Number 9 in the series, Green Lantern symbol yet again. This is Green Lantern Hal Jordan from Dark Days. And I guess this is the sculptor. Jorge Sombres. Sorry if I mispronounced that. And I'm sure I did. And then you got the other figures in the wave. There's the Flash, Jaime Reyes Blue Beetle, Black Adam, and that's Lex Luthor. Now, I believe the Flash is from the Chain Lightning storyline. That's Infinite Crisis Blue Beetle, and both Lex and Black Adam are from Forever Evil. Now, all of these figures, bar the Flash there, are currently waiting for me at Area 52. I'm going to pick one up every fortnight, as well as the first wave, with the exception of Mr. Miracle. So that's Deadman, Batman, and Green Arrow. If you look on the top there, there's the Green Lantern symbol. On the back, on the bottom, it's just your legal stuff. I paid $52.95 Australian. On the side there, you got Green Lantern Hal Jordan, and 26 pieces are included in this set. And then in the back there, you just got like this design. So we'll throw in a quick pause, get the camera positioned for the review, and yeah. And we're back. Now we're going to take a little look at the articulation and all of that for the figure before we take a look at the accessories, because there's so much to go through with this set. Alright, so now when I first saw the Icons figures, I was a little taken aback because I thought the sculpt on them looked very odd. The articulation points seemed very strange, and they seemed to be very small, very fragile figures. And big thanks to Hella Tim for this. Tipped me off that they were in Area 52. So I went on over and took a look and put the entire set that they had there to the side. I was just so blown away with the look of these figures. Are they perfect? No. We'll get into the complaints I have with them in a minute here. But let's take a look at the articulation. The articulation is it's a lot more points of articulation than you get in a standard DC Collectibles. You get a ball-jointed head. Sadly, the range of motion up and down is not very good. That's as far up as you're getting. And that's as far down as you get. You get a ball joint at the shoulder, allowing it to do a full 360. Come out to about 90 degrees. 360 at the bicep, and it's very loose. Yeah, I don't like that. You get a double joint at the elbow, which goes to about that. You get a rotation at the forearm. On this side, though, it's very, very loose. I wish they were a little tighter of a joint there. Especially because when you go to bend the elbow, that you're putting pressure on the forearm there. You get a wrist rotation, as well as a wrist hinge. Good range of motion there. Now, something that has divided a lot of people. Usually, action figures have an ab crunch and usually a waist cut down here. Or sometimes they'll have just this joint, which allows for limited back and forward motion, but it rotates. They have implemented both an ab crunch and that thing, and it kind of just makes it look a little disjointed. So you get your rotation up here, and the hinge down here. It looks really odd having the crunch be down here. I'm used to having the crunch a little bit higher, and I don't know, there's just something about having it down here that makes it look super disjointed. I don't know. Don't know how to feel about that. One of my major complaints from the figures comes from the leg articulation. When you put the leg out, it comes out at an angle. Sadly, they didn't implement a thigh swivel, which would have worked wonders, because, yeah, when it comes out at an angle like this, if you want it a little bit more flush, you know, you can't rotate the leg. But it does come out to the side pretty good. You get a really nice double joint at the knee. Get a rotation at the boot. An ankle joint, which can go that far forward, that far back. And it has a pivot on this side. Actually, you got to have it angled right to get the pivot. This side, it's a little difficult to get that pivot going, but oh well. So, yeah, let's talk some of the sculpting and how well it's done. This is going to be a lot easier once I get a camera, guys. Which, don't worry, will be very soon. His face, these figures are a lot more, I'm trying to find the right word. They're very sleek designs. They're not the kind of bulky DCUC designs or what Mattel went for. These are very sleek superheroes, which correct me if I'm wrong, but we've yet to get like a buff character in the line, like a Solomon Grundy. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they'll do with a bigger character like Bane or someone like that. But yeah, these real slender designs. I'm actually a real big fan of the more sleek designs. It's just a shame that this kind of ab crunch kind of diminishes that as I bump the laptop. But your coloring here, you don't get paint shading in here, which you never really have with DC Direct. You never get you get good paint detail, don't get me wrong, but in the costume itself, you never tend to get much shading. They're going for this kind of it's a glittery kind of green. It's got like bits of glitter and stuff in it. It really glistens under the light. You got little panel lining, because this is I believe the new 52. Yeah, it's the new 52 design. Yeah, all of these. You got the symbol, which is a raised piece, except for the I believe this is just painted on. Yeah, or is it a sticker? I don't think it's a sticker. I don't know. I think it might just be paint. The face, the skin tone looks really good. I do like the skin tone. The hair, I can't tell if there's shading in the hair. I don't know. But the hair looks, you know, good enough. Kind of a soft sculpt, but oh well. The face mask looks really good. Nice clean paint. The black is a really nice black, as black usually is. You got just white for the gloves. And you can see the ring looks really nice. Now, if we stand him just at the back there, come on. We'll bring in, I don't have an actual Icons figure to compare him to yet, but I will do soon. I'll bring in the actual just DC Direct, DC Collectibles New 52 Green Lantern, and you can see the differences right away. This guy here, the blacks are about the same. The greens are completely different. You can see there, this guy has just a much more metallic sheen. I'm kind of glad this guy doesn't have that because, you know, it differentiates the two. This guy also has a very pearlescent white in the gloves, whereas this guy just has the white. There's still a little bit of that glitter going on in the gloves for this guy, but this one, it's a lot more pearlescent. The rings are about the same. This guy's logo, the actual Green Lantern logo piece there, is raised as opposed to here where it's just painted on. The skin tone is also very different. The whole face is different. This guy kind of looks a little bit like David Hasselhoff, no? I don't know. But this guy's got a lot more angular of a face. This guy a little bit more square-jawed. Also, this guy has a very tan skin tone compared to this guy. The hair is also different. This guy's got like this lighter brown. This guy a little dingier brown. Also in the sculpt, you know, the little just the way it is done is completely different. I also there's the comparison. Put him to the side. I also don't. There's something about how the head sits on the neck. It might be the length of the neck. I felt it probably could have been a little bit shorter. I don't know. There's just something off about that. Anyway, so this guy comes with a lot of accessories. We'll look at this first, which is... it's great to see a Green Lantern figure come with a bunch of accessories. It's something we've never really seen in the past. Usually, he comes with like a lantern, and you'd be lucky to get a few other constructs, especially with the Mattel figures. Usually, you just get the lantern, and that would be about it. But like this new 52 version here, comes with nothing. It's bare bones, absolutely nothing, not even a lantern, and that's very disappointing. But, yeah, here, it's really good to just see a bunch of constructs, albeit some of them, armor that works as one construct, but, yeah. So, if you just get, this is a hollow piece of green plastic, you just squeeze it on to the hand, and voila. That looks fucking awesome. I love this. It's this real nice translucent green. It's all jagged as if he's like uppercutting or something. And it comes off super easy. When I first put that on, I'm like, it's going to be an absolute nightmare to get that off. The forearm's going to come with it and all of that. But no, really good. He also comes with a pair of interchangeable hands. So you get the fists. You also get these kind of grabbing hands. Now, while I'm not really sure what you'd use this one for, still does have the ring there, and it's painted on the inside. This hand is obviously meant for holding the lantern. The lantern is really nicely detailed. It is the same green as the costume, but in there, it's got this little dark green piece in there, and then the lantern symbol on the top and bottom, which it doesn't really matter which way is which, because it's exactly the same. I've got a little bit of white trapped in there, so that'll be the bottom. And you just work that in. See, the arm comes off super easy. Hold on. Put that in there. Come on. Oh, for fuck's sake. It would have been better if the lantern or the hand was a little bit more closed off so you could get the lantern in there a little easier. He doesn't really hold it. It just kind of sits in his hand very loosely. It would have been better if he gripped that a bit better, but oh well, he looks good with the lantern. Now, let's get to the main reason this set is a deluxe. All of the armor pieces. So you want to start by removing the forearms. Now, I always start with the legs. You get these boot pieces, which have a joint at the ankle there, which is really nice to see. I am a big fan of armor pieces that you put onto a figure. Sadly, you never really see it incorporated into many collector lines. You typically see it with kids' toys and all of that, which is where I know them from and where my love for them comes from. But I typically don't like collecting kids' toys because I'm too much of a collector to get kids' toys. I'm always spending my money on collector toys and not kids' toys, so I've kind of outgrown that, but, you know, the longing for removable parts and armor that you can attach on is still there, and it's really good to see in this figure. This one usually gives me a bit of trouble. So, yeah, when I heard this figure was getting made and saw the pictures of just all the armor that came with this guy, I was absolutely stoked to see this guy. There we go. And then you put these 5 pieces on. I'm sure this makes for very entertaining viewing. Then you want to get these weapon pieces. Now, I looked at the back of the packaging just to see how it was. There was this raised section here, and it looked like those were at the back, so... So, yeah. I mean, theoretically, you could put those any way you want, but my OCD has them at the back just because I think it looks the most normal. Actually, I do like them on the side there as well. This piece does open up. My friend was saying, my good friend Phoenix Fire, shout out to him, go check out his channel, was saying, oh, what's the point of the clip opening when, I mean, it's just going to be powered by the ring? But, I mean, if the Green Lanterns are using their imagination to picture all of these things, naturally, you would assume that they would take on the tendencies of what they're imagining. So, of course, it would have an ammo clip. If Hal Jordan's imagining a gun, it's going to look like a gun and have all the functions that a gun would have. So, yeah, I don't like these shoulder pieces, mainly for the reason that they fall off a lot. They're probably the most temperamental of them. And then you get this massive piece. I've already done the liberty of putting the wings on, and I do not feel like removing those because it was very tough to get them on and they might snap. And then you just... The head gets in the way a lot of that cockpit piece thing. And here you go. Here is Hal Jordan all armored up. Now, I doubt many people are going to want to pose the figure like this. I just might be inclined to, actually. If not that, then maybe with this piece opened up like that, maybe. Just to reveal, because when this thing is on, as impressive as this armor piece is, it is hiding a lot of the figure. But then again, the figure... I feel the figure looks a little, you know, strange proportion-wise and all of that. Plus, I already have this guy, so, you know, all of this armor piece is just bonus to have. And different, even though I don't have these two guys side by side, the icons will be on their own shelf. It is still nice to have a little bit of differences in there. It would have been nice if this helmet piece could open up so that, you know, you could still have this awesome chest armor, but the face still be exposed. Now the armor, The wings are still fully posable. They retain articulation, as well as the piece back here can move. So you can have it like that, or like that. Like I mentioned, the feet are still posable. That is a very nice feature. Although he does feel super flimsy. The armor on the legs especially. Also, these heavy pieces here do weigh down the arms a lot. And it kind of stops you from posing it. And it feels really flimsy. The whole thing just kind of feels flimsy in your hand. So I do recommend that you don't get this for children. Even though you might think, yes, a kid would love to play with this. It just feels a bit too flimsy, I think, to be played and messed around with. Like that. It just wobbles, and I just don't think it's good for play, to be honest with you. But it is really nice that DC Collectibles have such a love for the line that they're willing to do this kind of stuff with it. It is a bit of a shame that you see all this stuff you get with this release, whereas this release got nothing at all. I hope it's something they fix in future lines and we start to see more accessories, which we have done. We've started to see it with the Icons figures. We've seen it with the DC, not DC, the Batman animated series figures. They get a lot of episode-specific designs. And what's nice is, this has always kind of been the thing with DC Direct, is you always get new sculpts. You know, at times they will re-release a figure, sometimes with a new paint job, but more often than not, they give you original sculpts, and it's sad that we see that, and other companies just keep reusing the same body molds, and, you know. But then again, you know, things like Hasbro and Mattel, whereas someone like me might only be focusing on Marvel Legends, Hasbro are doing other things. DC Collectibles only focus on these figures. But, yeah, so at the end of the day, guys, am I able to recommend the DC Icons Deluxe Hal Jordan? Yes, I am. I can completely, yes, I can. I am recommending it, and I can recommend it. This guy is just phenomenal. The likelihood that you're going to display him with all of this, probably zero, or a very small chance that you'll be displaying him with all of this armor. I personally am. It would have been nice to get a flight stand, but oh well. These Icon figures are just fucking amazing. I would like to see them probably do waves of figures where the source material is the same. Like I said, you got the Chain Lightning Flash, which doesn't match with this guy because that's before the New 52 was a thing. Yet the other and Infinite Crisis Blue Beetle, but then you got like New 52 Black Adam and Lex Luthor and this guy here. They're all from the New 52. It would be nice if we got a few more figures from those particular comic lines, but you know, I can't disagree with the quality we're getting here. The amount of times I've taken this armor off and on and all of that, and it hasn't broken, is just nothing short of a miracle. Because like I was thinking, oh, it's translucent plastic, it's gonna be really brittle. That's not to say, you know, treat it like it's invulnerable, because I'm sure that it's you know, it will break eventually. But yeah, I've taken the armor on and off, and in fact this one was a fucking pain to get on and off. It would not separate, but you know, it's lessened now that it's actually manageable to take on and off. So yeah, guys, like I said, this is it probably doesn't break my top 10 action figures, and as an action figure, just in terms of presentation, I do think this one is better. But this one, by all means, is still a fantastic figure. So yeah, guys, I highly recommend you pick up not just this figure, but all the others in the line, because It looks like that they're going to take this above and beyond everyone's expectations, just like they do with everything else. But yeah, guys, tune in for the next review, where we'll be taking a look at... What figure was I going to pick up next? The Blue Beetle. Yeah, when I get Blue Beetle, guys, I don't know when that's going to be, but expect a review of him in the coming weeks. And yeah, I highly recommend you pick this guy up. If you like the video, please like, comment, subscribe, share, all that cool shit. And I shall see you in the next video. Till then, take care, guys. And I'll see you next time. Bye.